quick audio test. Right, hello guys. Just get everything on now. Quickly, just sorting some things out in the flight sim. So just need to go. Okay. I'm just disconnecting the APU, getting all fired up. So here we are, guys. Actually, yeah. Let's get this turned off and this turned on. So here you go, guys. We're flying the 737 again. Last time we had problems, and we've had problems a lot with this aircraft, but last time after contacting PMDG support, quite helpfully, they got back quite quickly and instantly told me that basically my camera was inside the headrest, and even though I couldn't find anything particular at the time, I mean, like, the headrest is all back there, so I don't get that, but to move the camera, like, set it back to its normal place, and maybe, I didn't suggest this, but I was thinking maybe try a different camera view, if it didn't work. So we'll have to wait and see how it all pans out today. And today we're also trying something a little bit different. We haven't done it for a while. We're going to be on VATSIM, so 122.8. So I'll set it to Unicom, and then we'll connect. We are UKV 5322, I believe. I believe we are. Let's check. UK, yeah, 5322. So connect that now. And we're now connected onto VATSIM. And then we just want to file in our little. So it's like, so it's our alternate is EPLL. I'm 15 we're leaving, estimated, and 1 hour 50 minutes is today's flight time, and the amount of fuel we're taking, we'll have to wait and see. Scroll down. We are taking 3 hours of fuel by the looks of that. 3 hours of fuel. We're cruising today at 39,000 feet, so quite high up. I'll just get the ATC remarks on the flight plan up here as well. And then after that, so I'll scroll back up and get the route in. Fairly long route today, not too long, but it's lengthy. Considering it's only 780 miles today, so not, again, massive, but noticeably long. So file flight plan, and that's now filed on VATSIM, so we should see ourselves appear on VATSPy at some point. Now, I can now request boarding from SimBrief. No, not SimBrief, GSX. Got 128 on board today. We'll just start our selected flight. And then now I know that Skytrack has started, I'm going to turn that off because it blocks up my screen a little bit. 128, and we're going to use Aviator because they're the only non-airline. Right, let's get the payload for today sorted. So we have 128 on board, which is actually the full coach class and 0 in first class. Now, cargo, I'll have to get this off the sheet. I'll just check it's in kilograms, right? It should be in kilos. Here it is, cargo 0.2, so it's 100. I mean, the screen on the FMC looks really pixelated today. I don't think it normally looks that pixelated, but the rest of the plane, in terms of its textures, are okay, but I'll just ignore it. And then fuel, it's in kilos, good. We are taking 6733.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
So nothing in the centre tank today, so I'll make sure those fuel pumps are off. They are. Those actually. You can get the lights on, like, they can come on.
Good evening, ma'am.
And
I'm doing good.
what else do I want on? There it is. So now the plane's loaded, I can just get this onto the doors page. They're actually boarding through JetBridge, not that the JetBridge will work. Just changing the camera views so they suit me. Must be flying I mean, I haven't flown a proper detail plane for quite some time, so it'll be interesting today.
Morning.
Right, now, FMC, pausing it, and we're here at... I forgot I can type on this one, can't I? ENBR. And this is my point now. I want to get the taxi chart up, so I can see what's going on here on the ground. It's quite simple, so let's get the meta for today down here. So Equa 200 at 5 knots. So runway, what's this saying? This is saying 25. No, that's not that. That's our alternate. I need to find like the summary of the route that tells us what we're doing. Exactly, in terms of, here you go, runway 17, which I'd say is correct. So from ENBR to Equa. I actually looked at the wrong one there. That's Warsaw.
Hello.
ENBR is similar winds, so runway 17 is still going to be one we're using. Right, flight number today is FL5322. I don't know why it's so pixelated. The screen's definitely pixelated. That's what it should look like. No idea why it's so pixelated. I'll try and find it in the settings. It might be somewhere else, I think. Options, performance.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
That's FPS limit. Okay, it doesn't. I don't know why. It might have been a setting I set back in the PMTG Operations Centre, but we're gonna have to live with it, I guess. The Tuxil 3 Charlie we're taking. That's that one there. And then from there, we're going direct to Peveb. And then it's direct to Amsev. After that, it's direct to Rokam. After that, we jump on L621 and to Coloured. And then after that, it's direct to Maxim.
Hello.
Then it's back on L621. Onto N983 via Row, yes. To Amror. And then on it's direct to Ogres. N195 to Sorix. And then that's our route. So activate that. And then arrival will be, well, the wind's at 200. The main runway looks like 33 and 11. But this is suggesting I take runway 29. Okay. We're thinking we're going to take 29, are we? I'm not sure what the active runway is, but looking at that wind that was released 8 o'clock Zulu, it looks like... Well, 29 is actually... Yeah, because the wind is 200, so it's 29. We'll take 29 for now. VDM approach, whatever that is. I've got no clue. And it's a Sorix for Victor. So for now, we'll leave it at that. Why is it so pixelated? I'm getting confused. Looks like boarding's finished, baggage is still going. Actually, I don't want to close the main door, do I? Actually, we'll keep the back door open because that's the one that's got the stairs. Now, in terms of the plane, well, there's not much to look at on the aerodrome charts. We'll skip straight to the SID, really. We're going off runway 17, and we'll find the right SID that we need. There's 2 planes at Bergen now. Okay, that's interesting. A Norwegian just loaded in. It's loaded in as a private 737 on my screen. Okay, I don't understand that. Come on, the charts, you can load. There you go, I've got them. Right, so we're taking off and heading to Tuxil. It's literally straight out. Minimum flight level 160 at Amexi. We have that, and then that's the only restriction. And then that is the start of later. It's the start, so we're good. Let's close the doors now, do they? Let's start the APU and get those on, and we'll set this up as well. So 39,000 feet we're cruising at today. Right, that reminds me, actually I need to set all this init stuff. Cost of next day is 25. Reserves, what we landing with. I'm just going to put 2. 0 fuel weight it can calculate. And 390. Transition altitude, I'm fairly sure it's 6,000 or 5,000 in it. 7,000, okay. That's what it said on the charts. This is like moaning at me to close the doors. 270 at 25. No derate. Take off, flaps 5. 4.5 on the trim. Again, the problem I had with the plane last time was apparently down to trim. It's going to keep telling me that it can't do that thing at Sorix, but okay. Too bad, that's what it's going to have to live with. 129 is our V2 speed, so Alman's working. Right, now I can close the door, game. And you can stop moaning at me. Right, back. Ground connections, let's get the APU fired on first. And let's go. So push back. I'm going to look at going right. Anti-collision lights can come on now.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Plane's looking ready now. Our FMC is going to continue giving us that warning, but oh well. 779 miles, which is what we're looking at. Also I found out from the people at Project Flight, the overlay is down until further notice. That's why we didn't have it.
Departure check completed. Bypass cleansing search. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Tower's gone online here, okay. I didn't notice that. One night. One 9.1. I'll request a taxi from them when ready. I should have actually asked them.
Ready for taxi. Jag kan få tillåtelse få taxi rätt på Yankee. En Yankee.
Can't understand what anyone's saying.
Så akkurat det sa han att det var Foxtrot Yankee, då får du rätt på Yankee.
Vad checkar du var vaken va?
This chart, unfortunately, isn't the most detailed, so it's pretty pixely. So I can't quite see where on earth we're meant to go.
Set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
Oh, that reminds me. Oops. Meant to be starting all the engines, not just one of them. And the packs need to be off for the engines to start properly. That's another thing I forgot. Totally. That's a bit oops. Right, let's request him for taxi then.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
I pushed the talk button, isn't working. Great. Why isn't push to talk working?
Left is clear, right is clear.
Great, push to talk is not working for me.
Skyways 53 GSA trying to strong with nothing going through.
So hello, this is Skyways 5322 requesting taxi.
Skyways 53 I recommend you get your clearance first. Do you want the clearance while taxing? It's a friendly.
I can't see. I can't even see what they're doing.
Skyways 5322.
Can you repeat, please?
Yes, this is fine for you to get your clearance while you're taxing.
Yes, okay.
And next time, please don't push while I'm controlling. That's very disturbing how the traffic you almost hit there. But it's fine, you can taxi holding point runway 17 via November, Golf and Yankee.
Taxi holding point runway 17 via November Golf and Yankee. Skyways 5322. And I can't hear anything. Oh yeah.
60 after land runway 17.
Vad sa du?
Alpha TV, land runway 17.
Can't hear them.
Kör gärna Alpha 1.
I can't hear these guys. I honestly cannot hear them. That loud. Yankee, that's Yankee there, so we need to head on to that, I think. This is, I don't know, like, it's a pain not having proper charts. I can't read them. It's quite pixelated, unfortunately.
From a 17, clear take off, wind 1.0 degrees, 13 knots.
Traffic on runway 17. Still
Alright, 532 to vertical clearance.
Did he just say something? Why is the audio so quiet on V-Pilot? The audio is like...
Skyways 5322, are you ready to copy clearance?
Ready to copy clearance, yes. Skyways 5322.
Skyways 5322, cleared Warszawa, took till 38 Charlie, squawk 3213.
Cleared to Warsaw. Squawk 3213. Skyways 5322.
Skyways 5322, confirmed took till 3 Charlie departure.
Yes, Taxiel 3 Charlie departure. Skyways 5322.
Skyways 5322, have Taxiel 3 Charlie or 2 Charlie?
3 Charlie. Skyways 5322.
Okay, thank you.
Right. I bet the controller's just sitting there like,
Ah! Just wondering, what was the issue previously? Why did you push back while controlling?
sorry, I did not see any tower online when I last checked.
Okay, roger. Norsen 6 to 6 Unicorn, 1 to destinate. Ha en fin tur Martin, ha det bra.
Jaha, du, orker du logge deg på Gardermoen etterpå når jeg kommer om en times tid?
Nei.
What's really annoying is that my push to talk button only works inside when I click on VPilot. It doesn't work when I'm in the air.
Unicom
No.
122 decimal 8.
Not when I'm in the air. I mean, like when I'm.
Bergen.
It doesn't work when I'm
Ikke i Bergen.
not clicked on the window, which is really annoying.
Jeg må bli flinkere på å lese skråken min, og så skrive opp skråken. Ha det.
Can I find the G2 in the altitude? That is my 17. Sky 5322, the altitude, and the move 17.
Clear to take off from my 17, Skyways 5322.
Sky 5322 negative, and to me, via Alpha 2, in lineup, runway 17.
Via Alpha 2, line up from my 17, Skyways 5322. Can people just stop? Right. Yeah, then I can't understand these controllers after time.
Hospital 66 til Flesland Tower. Hvor lenge blir du til online?
So we've been told to line up, and then from there we'll be told we can go at some point. So we'll just sit here and wait now. I don't know why we've been told to line up and not just take off, because there's literally nothing around here, but I guess we'll just wait on that. It's ready to go now on the runway. Squawk is set to 3213 and
Sky 5322, runway 17, clear takeoff in 140.13.
clear to take off from my 17, Skyways 5322. Okay. Off we go. I accidentally just knocked the button that changed the flap setting, that's why I started getting buzzed at. There's 100 knots. V1.
V1,
Rotate.
V2.
Yeah, the VNav's not working yet, but there's the autopilot kicking in. And the minimum's warning going off for no apparent reason, like it always does. Unicom 122.8, Skyways 5322, bye bye. Right, there you go, we're back onto Unicom now. No ACC to worry about. Oh, wow. I need to improve that, definitely, how I handle with ATC, but... These displays are unreadable. Seriously, what's going on? Right, I'm opening the PMDG Operations Centre here. Something's going wrong with this. Another minimums warning, yay! Woohoo! Right, settings. Oh, that's why they're set to high. I've just set it to high resolution. It probably won't do anything because we're currently in the air. That's why. So, my bad. I don't know why they're set to low resolution. I think it might have been a thing to try and combat a problem with the plane, but obviously I contacted support and find out why that was. So that wasn't the reason, but that's probably why. Right, let's have a look at today's route now we're in the air. That's if I can read this display. I can't read it. Oh man. So dumb. Oh, we're in a cloudlet and it's not lagging us out. Cool. That's an effect of the new graphics card for you. So, packs can come back on now. Into the auto position. Start switches as required, so... And auto brakes and flaps are all done, so... It makes me set standard. And there we are, we're all good. So, we're in the air. And Copenhagen control just came online, but I don't believe we might be passing through them for a short bit. Oh man, these cockpit texts are driving me nuts. If I can't read them, I can just do that. So that's probably what I'll do. Read it, it's just the smaller waypoints are the hard things to read. I can read them on there though, so not too bad. A mech seeming to be above 16,000. Also, this plane's loud. Sound, master volume. Let's turn it down to 40. Even 30. That's better. It's a loud aircraft, Bess. Right, we're gaining speed now, so this thing can start going up again. Isn't it just going straight? I can turn off the seatbelt signs. Everything that's off is now off. everything should be off. So now we can just relax a little bit. Let's set the head into where we're facing. Because it looks like we could have some ATC, possibly. Oh look, are we passing? Yeah, we are passing through EKDK, which is the Copenhagen control, for approximately 17-18 minutes, according to this. Again, apologies if the Project Fly overlay is not working. It looks like we might not have a Project Fly overlay for quite some time, so I might have to stop using it entirely. It's a shame, I only just started using it, but yeah, it doesn't work anymore, so. Yeah, apparently the camera can slide back into the headrest. That's what that bug was. But I don't know. I really don't know about that, but okay. How's the stream doing? Enable next altitude. Well, it's a good point actually. Why is the plane crawling upwards at 1,000 feet per minute? What's going on here? Plane. What's up with the plane? Why can't it go up at any more than 1,000 feet per minute? Hello, plane. Will that kickstart it back? No. What's up with the plane? I'm pretty sure maybe it's supposed to be set to speed. Something's gone wrong here though. Like, this plane's had a bit of a mess up. What if I take it over? Will that help? There you go. Okay, that was the problem then. It wouldn't. Something was going on there with the speed. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, I don't understand that. Something went wrong with the climb power, I think. The speed it's trying to get us to reach is just silly. That's the problem. It's unrealistic, the speed it's trying to get us to reach here. That's why it's crawling along, because we can't reach the speed. And for whatever reason, the speed gauge isn't working. Look, great. I've never had this problem before, but, you know, today it just decides to be a pain. Obviously. I just wish this thing would, like, tone down its expectations a bit. in terms of like what speed it wants to go, because it's silly. We're going too fast, that's the problem. So I mean, well, I'll just take it over, I guess. And just have to go max power instead, because it's not... Obviously it's not working in terms of allowing me to change the speed, so... A little bit odd what's happening. I don't think I've ever come across it before, actually. Yeah, look, using reserve fuel. That's the problem, you silly game. You're using too much fuel now because of what it was doing. Like, why doesn't it just... Why can't it just be sensible and not do it? That's what I'm wondering. Like, why do we have to go so quickly? Something has gone wrong with the speed here, though. Gosling is set to 25, I don't know what's wrong. It's just being a bit odd, I think. Climb, right. Okay, so it's not letting me put anything into there then. Right, there you go. I've just modified it to max rate. I don't want max rate though. I want max. I'm just gonna have to. I don't know. It's not even working like this now. So even with me like powering it full. It's just not capable. The plane can't do it, so... I'm just going to have to slow the plane down. And just go fully up, max up. I would have rather not do that, but... It looks like I'm going to have to go slowly and just punch it upwards. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because this thing can't, you know, it can't make it at the speed it was doing. Just be stuck trying to climb forever, that will. And again, it's a pain, because we're having to use excess fuel now as well, which I rather wouldn't have. I'd rather not have done that, so... I don't get why it's so slow, why it's this much speed. Because it shouldn't be, but for some strange reason it is. And even now at 248 knots it still can't keep its speed. It's almost like, oh my word. Well, problem solved. That's why it was so loud. Oh no, oh dear. I feel like a bit of a moron. Can't believe that. I left the gear up, down. Why wasn't that something that it warned me of? Why didn't like a buzzer go off to be like, your gear's down? That's a bit stupid. That explains why the seatbelt sign wasn't turning off. Okay, that was just odd. Well, there you go. This thing can now gain back to normal speed. And then that's why we were using excess fuel then. And that's why, yeah, okay. And that's why it was so loud and all that. Why didn't I check outside? Like, that means since we took off, I have not checked outside once. That doesn't seem normal. I was thinking it's almost like the flaps are up or something. No. It wasn't that. It was another thing that shouldn't have been there. I don't know. I'm seriously just shocked that it didn't give me some sort of warning. Of course it would have. Right, runway, it says 400 the landing altitude. Okay. Great. And in terms of... So the latest METAR is 220 knots. So it looks like runway 29 is going to be okay. I cannot believe that. So, yeah. METAR is 220. So the audio is all working fine. That explains why it was so loud. Oops. I can turn it back up now then. Oh, that was so dumb. Yeah, that was a little bit stupid of me, that was. I can't can't believe that. It's almost hilarious. Right, we're approaching Danish control. It's the whole centre's online. And in terms of landing at Warsaw then. So we've got 4 scheduled arrivals, 3 that are currently in the air. I'm the last of them to arrive. There's a flight from Venezia that's landing at 10 to 10, and then at 10 a flight from Heathrow, and then at 10:30 it's me. And there's another flight from Schiphol that hasn't taken off yet. So there's a couple of planes down there. I can't believe I didn't raise the gear. And nothing told me. That's what's even more irritating. Also, there would be some sort of alert for that, surely. I mean, like, some sort of red light, or like when I press this, it would be like, everything's wrong, because it shouldn't be happening. Like, surely that's... I don't know. Well, I'm going to have to just leave it at that, aren't I? But... Oh well. That's kind of a bit like, yeah. So that happened. We're meant to be using the Sorex for Victor? Yes. And 50 minutes the flight's supposed to take. Our fuel usage is still in the reserves now, so that's a bit annoying. Also, I will never understand why in this plane you always go up to like max altitude. Because last time I flew the 737-700, it told me to go up to 39,000 feet. Like, why does it go up so high? I do like the scenery around here, though. It's very nice. The 737-700, lovely aircraft. Lovely scenery out there. I have to remember to change back the resolution at the end of this flight because of how pixelated we've got it. We are approaching Copenhagen Control. They've only been online for 20 minutes, so they probably will still be online when we get there. I'll probably be at 36,000 feet by the time I reach them, so... So right now we are just 645 miles away-ish, and we should take an hour and 32 minutes to get there. So an hour and 52 in total flight time. That's probably pretty good. That's what I was expecting. Our route's pretty straightforward, really. Looks like. And we are basically at 39,000 feet now. We are just 3,000 feet off. This thing's actually quite slow when it gets up to the top levels of altitude. I'm wondering whether maybe I could have gone with a bit of a lower altitude. I don't know what SimBrief's saying, because SimBrief will tell you based on like the different things you could have done. It'll tell you like, it'll tell you how fast or slow it would have been at different flight levels. So well, apparently it would have been slower to go down who knows. And we're going to reach 39,000 feet before we hit Copenhagen Control. Still getting used to being back on VATSIM, I think. I haven't been on VATSIM for quite some time. We are in range of the centre now. Right, I'll tune them on like the sort of reserve frequency, ready for when they contact me. So 121.37. There. Approaching 39,000 feet. Nice view out the window as we go over the sea. There's Denmark. Yeah, we're now at 240 knots. That's absolutely mad. That's so slow this thing's going at this altitude. Why? Well, it's still 0.78 Mach, so it's okay. And that's it. That's us at cruise now. So this thing can now sort of scale back on the power a little bit. And our speed is going to decrease slightly later on, but not much. Right now I'm going to look at the star on landing. And I'm going to do what everyone else recommends doing, which is checking flight radar for what runway they're using. So So they're using that runway as pointing. Yeah, they're using 29. But it looks like they've got 2 runways, but the one they're using is that one. Because an Aegean's just landed there from Athens. And it's using that one, so. And Wizz Air from Barry also used that runway. So that's facing, like, not north. So there's a big runway. I can get it up on here, actually. I'll have a look, so. Aerodrome chart, this is what we want. So it's the runway there. Yeah, the longer one. That is runway. Please tell me. Scroll in, will it tell me? Nope, the chart is just that pixelated. Okay, like I can't tell what runway it is then. I'm a problem with these pixely charts. They're all pixelated. It's like, oh, please. And there's a little message to say, please contact me from Copenhagen Control. Please. I'll have to deal with that later. One, 1.37. Copenhagen Control, hello. Skyways 5322 at 39,000 feet.
Skyways 5322, good day, Copenhagen Control, identified, continue.
So there we go. We're now checked into Copenhagen Control. So I can go back on here and try to find out what runway.
Good morning, Swift 807 Kilo, Sound 26 at Billund, Airbus A320. Request clearance please to London Heathrow.
Speedbird 807 Kilo, good day, Copenhagen Control, clear to Heathrow via Micro 4 Alpha departure, runway 27, initially flight level 60, squawk 7505.
Thank you, clearance to Heathrow, Micro 4 Alpha, runway 27, initially flight level 60, squawk 7505, Speedbird 807 Kilo.
Speedbird 807 Kilo, readback is correct.
I think it's runway 29.
Scandinavian 27 Kilo, leaving my
Or is
airspace,
it
no
33?
further ATC, Marta Unicorn 122.8, good day.
Unicorn 122.8 for Scandinavian 27 Kilo, goodbye.
Here, this will help me, the approach chart.
4384, leaving my airspace, Unicorn 122.8 for you, good day.
Okay, I think it's runway 33.
Sedan 4384, do you copy?
Yeah, it is. It's runway 33, so they're using ILS runway 33.
Can you please repeat? Sedan 4384.
Sedan 4384, leaving my airspace, sir, no further ATC, Unicorn 122.8 for you, good day.
Okay, Unicorn. Good day.
Scandinavian Nano 04, wind 36012 knots, runway 04 left, clear to land.
04 left, clear to land, Scandinavian 904.
ILS Zulu then we'll use. That'll stop it from moaning. So we're now using the Sorix uniform, runway 33, and these charts are completely they're just not understandable. Cannot read it.
Sedan 7 Yankee, leaving my airspace, no further ATC, Marta Unicorn 122.8, good day.
We'll go to the source.
122.87 Yankee, thank you, good day.
If I download the chart, can I view it then? Yes, I can. It's just being very slow. Good.
Scandinavian 7589, stand by 19, requesting push and start.
Right, it's just it is working. It like
Scandinavian
it's
7589,
very
push
slow.
and start approved, QNH 1009. Push and start approved, QNH 1009, Scandinavian 7589.
So I'm looking for Sorix. Here you go, Sorix 4 uniform. Flight level 210 and 28 knots. At Sorix, yes. And then flight level 130 or below. And didn't really see those knots. And yeah. Transition altitude is 6,500, okay. It's remaining pixelated inside ChartFox. Okay, right. And how long till descent now? 407 miles. Okay, so we've got a bit of time to relax now. I've had a look at the charts. And I'm just cutting through Copenhagen's lovely airspace currently. Got 120 nautical miles to go to the next waypoint, so I doubt we'll get anything in terms of direct, like, shortcuts from ATC. But keep an ear out, obviously.
Scandinavian 904, welcome to Kastrup, taxi to gate Delta 2 via taxiway Alpha, Foxtrot, Yankee and Romeo cross runway 30.
So the runway they're using does look like...
taxi to Delta 2 via Alpha, Foxtrot,
yeah, they're
Yankee and
definitely
Romeo
using
cross runway 30, Scandinavian 904.
Definitely using 3-3.
Everything, good morning, Speedbird 807, request manager. Speedbird 807, good morning, Copenhagen Control, Radio 5. X5, also 8220, stand 29 Billets, we have current weather there, QNH 1012, current speed and heater.
I'm just going to download, I can download the charts that I want.
To Heathrow via Micro 4 Alpha departure,
So I'll
runway
do that.
27, initially flight level 60, squawk 4735. Project current is still under Heathrow, Micro 4 Alpha 127, flight level 60, squawk 4735, Speedbird 807, readback is correct, and QNH 1012 correct.
So I'm just trying to get the charts I want up.
328, leaving my airspace now for the ATC, Martin Unicom 122.8, good day.
Unicom on 122.8, thank you and bye-bye, Leipzig 328.
So it opens a PDF. I'm just looking at, like, trying to download the file base onto my tablet so I can see it.
Speedbird 807 kilo, portion start approved, QNH at Beyond 1012.
Because that's how I get a good quality image. I can see there from the chart is runway 33. It's been very slow, that's the problem we've got. need to find the PDF app on here now, because I don't really know what's going on.
Captain Gag in control, good day. Vostok 881 with you, flight level 220, Aduki. Vostok 881, good day, Captain control, squawk 4242 and mode Charlie. Squawk 4242, mode Charlie, Vostok 881. Scan 7589, taxi. Scandinavian 7589, taxi holding point Bravo 3, runway 04 right, via Papa.
So yeah, it's quite busy ATC this actually, because they're controlling the ground. I am a bit quiet at the moment. I'm just sorting out my tablet. I'm installing PDF Viewer on here in the hope that I can
Vostok
read them.
881, identified flight level 220.
In the hope I can probably read the charts, because I'm having a problem with it right now. Can't even find it though. It's downloaded, but I can't find it. Yay!
Vostok 82, information Bravo, request arrival information. Vostok 881, cleared Monarch 2 Echo arrival, runway 04 left, when ready, descent flight level 80. Vostok 881, Monarch 2 Echo, runway 4
Looks like it's
left,
not doing anything, Matt.
and for ready,
Oh wow.
flight level 80.
I'm gonna have to just think.
And Vostok 881, information Bravo is correct.
I don't know why though. I'm getting poor
Okay, roger.
quality on the charts. Because my internet's working fine, and it's not the charts, as we've already found out. They just take ages to like become good quality. In fact, they don't ever seem to become good quality, which is the problem. I can try using my computer to get the charts, but apart from that, I don't think I'm able to do anything else.
Vostok 881, descent flight level 80. Descending 80, Vostok 881.
Speedbird 807 kilo, ready for taxi.
Speedbird 807 kilo, taxi holding point kilo, runway 27 via November kilo.
November kilo to kilo 427, Speedbird 807 kilo.
Right, are the charts just bad quality in general, or is it my tablet? That's what I want to look at now. So I'm scrolling in on my PC, and I've got no quality issues at all. So it's clearly a problem with the tablet, which is a shame. Because I'd rather not have that. Obviously. I'd rather not have to see the charts on my PC, because obviously my PC screen's already busy as it is. But I'll do that for now. I'll just get ChartFox on the PC.
Start approved, QNH at Billund 1012.
It's a little bit annoying, because I could do with... Honestly, at this rate I need a third monitor, but that's not happening, unfortunately, so... I need a monitor like just for the charts, which is silly. I don't know, I'll see. Because it looks like the PC can display them at better quality. So...
Scandinavian 7589, Nana, wind 36012 knots, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff. 04 right, clear takeoff, Scandinavian 7589.
So we're still currently in Copenhagen's airspace. But yeah, we're just sort of quite a relaxing flight so far. I'll have a look at the... I don't know how many people have been watching the stream. Have we had anything? No. Shame. I wonder if there's a setting on here and go keep window visible. Cool. So now I can always have V-Pilot up. While I look at the charts, because it's having V-Pilot up is quite important. I just turned that off, that's a bit silly. I wonder if I can do the same thing with that spy. I don't think I can somehow.
Speedbird 807 taxi.
See, that spy is not quite as important, but it's still
Speedbird
needed.
807 taxi, holding point Kilo, runway 27, fire November Kilo.
November Kilo, hold at Kilo 807.
For now though, I don't need the charts open, so I'm okay. Right, let's have a look at our destination then. So that flight from Amsterdam has not yet taken off. And it looks like I'll be landing way away from the other planes. So...
Scandinavian 7589, identify crouching 1,200 feet, climb flight level 190.
Identify climb level 190, Scandinavian 7589.
And my phone keeps falling off before I put it now. Put it there.
Speedbird 807 Kilo, winds are calm, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff, 273 807 Kilo.
Scandinavian 7589 on direct CMAX.
Direct CMAX, Scandinavian 7589.
Trying to find someone's position on my phone so I can watch the stream, but we haven't got. I haven't got anything yet, if it works. try that. Probably fall at some point, but it's good for now. I do love the look of this plane. It's a nice little plane. Look out the window. We are quite high up, so that sort of like thin layer of cloud is actually quite close to us. I mean, 39,000 feet is quite high up, so in terms of aviation standards. And we are approaching. We're not quite out of. We're meant to be out of their airspace 43 minutes into the flight, but we're not currently.
Skyway 5322, leaving my airspace, speed correction, Sweden is close, continue on Unicom 122.8, and good day.
Unicom 122.8, bye bye. Skyway is 5322. Okay, let's get on with, back onto Unicom. So we are now out of, well, not totally out of Copenhagen control yet, but we mostly are. So we didn't really have any interaction with Copenhagen control there, so again, apologies guys for the Project Fly thing not working. There's nothing I can do about that, it just doesn't work. So it just decides that it doesn't want to work. Got 450 miles still to run, so we're not even halfway. And estimated landing in about just under an hour, about 56 minutes-ish, 57 minutes. And the plan at the moment is to land on runway 33. I will check that for you guys now. That approach does involve going like way past the airport before turning back in. Oh well, that's the runway they're using currently at Warsaw. Done my research, so there's a plane that just said it looks like for takeoffs they're using runway 29, and for landing they're using a different runway, I think, by the looks of it, hopefully. We've got a plane taxiing around the place. I'm not exactly sure what it's doing. Yeah, sadly, in terms of landings, it appears we are using 3-3. I would have rather used the other side of the runway, obviously, because it's a better side of the runway for us to use. Also, someone else just came online, EDGG Centre. That has nothing to do with ours, I don't think. Is that them down there? Probably isn't. There is actually quite a bit online today. That's LSAS Centre. But something else has popped out. I haven't sent a message, so. Right, and so that Speedbird flight, the BA flight from Heathrow to Warsaw, where we're going, is now quite close to landing. I can't see. There you go. There's AZA 83. That one's quite close to landing as well. A321 and the BA is an A319. So they're both fairly close. It seems like there's actually two of them. I didn't. One's coming from, one's going to. Interesting. So we're 37 miles out of Maxim, which is the next waypoint. I like that name. And then there's a couple of restrictions obviously on landing, so below 210 at Sorix, below 130 at WA508. So there's a couple of restrictions. In terms of gates, what's the plan? I can have a look now. So arrival, this will tell me, okay, so there's no specific stands that are used, so it doesn't matter. But I like the views out here, it's nice. Good views. I'm not sure what that ESGG centre was, that's EDGG. I'm not sure who they are, because they flashed up on here, but... And they're a centre, but they're not showing up on VPilot. Nice view. Around the place. How far is it now? It's 420 miles, descending in 250 miles. See, look, that's the problem. We're descending almost 200 miles before arrival because of that restriction, which is a bit of a shame. But I guess that's what they want. They want planes to be at that altitude for some reason. So we have to stick to it. And Copenhagen should be somewhere down there. That's it down there, I think. We might have passed it actually. No, Copenhagen's over there. Copenhagen's that big city there. We could have done a flight to Copenhagen today. We could have done a flight to Tallinn today as well. But I thought, why not do one to Warsaw? What's Project Fly doing? Project Fly is saying our ETA is... Oh, it doesn't give me an ETA on here. Nice. That's useful. Great. So guys, I hope you're enjoying the stream. I'm certainly enjoying it, so... Any suggestions you've got for any other videos I could do with Flight Sim or just in general, please comment or put it down in the chat. Because I'm always open to new suggestions of content to do. Anything from flight simming to racing games, that sort of thing. Speaking of racing games, this Tuesday we're going to have round number 3 of the Mad Chili Super Speedway series. We're at Daytona, 160 lap race. Should be great fun. I'm looking forward to it because I absolutely love doing those races. That'll be up Tuesday approximately 2 PM, depending on how long the video is. If it's a bit longer, it'll be more like 1:30. But apart from that, it should be at 2. Because the idea of the scheduling times, I want it to be finished for 5. Because a normal video I release will be out at 4. So it should be finished for about, I don't know, 5 o'clock, shouldn't it? If it's a video, not a stream. So I want it to be finished for around then. So if it's 3 hours, you know, if I want it to be finished by 5. If it's longer than 3 hours, I'll knock it back a bit. But from experience so far, the first two races have only been at 2.5 hours, and this next race, round 3, is a bit different. It's the only 400-mile race in the series, so it'll be a bit shorter. It's only 160 laps rather than the usual 200 Daytona or 188 if you're talking about Talladega. And obviously the Xfinity series races I'll be doing, and then the truck series races I'll be doing. The truck series will be slightly longer than the Xfinity series because the Xfinity and the trucks run pretty much the same race distance, but the trucks are slower. So obviously, but there won't be much difference in them, and both of them will be, noticeably shorter than the Cup Series race that we do. view out the window. I think it looks really nice. We're turning a little bit here. Slight bit. I wish I could read that though. It's so pixely. It's unbelievable. Sadly. Also, I mean, I have already mentioned this. I am a massive fan of this aircraft. I don't get, thinking about it, why they've told us to put on so little fuel. £6,700. Yeah, this was recommending £8,100 to take Fly UK. So maybe I'm wondering if SimBrief's given me, like, not the right amount of fuel, maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's have a little look at what they're doing down at Warsaw. So a Wizz Air just landed from Brussels on runway 33. And a plane took off from runway 29 going to Krakow. So it looks like, yeah, as I said, landings are going to be done on runway 33. Takeoff is going to be on runway 29 by the looks of it. So that's how it looks as though we're going. I thought the gear was open then, like, remember earlier in the flight when I forgot to put the gear in? Yes, I remember that. Oh wow, unbelievable that, isn't it? Unbelievable. And so far, touch wood, we've had no problems with the plane. If we do get that problem, hopefully I know how to solve it. If not, another thing we could do is go into 2D cockpits to control all the buttons. I know, again, it's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. So that's the plan, anyway. I don't get why this thing. So inside the 2D cockpit, it's lovely textures. This is what we should have outside the 2D cockpit, but sadly that's not happening today because of a little oopsie with the controls. Me not changing the graphics back after testing the plane. Right, now I'm having a little update on the airport. So in 5 minutes time, that flight from Venezia should be touching down. In another 15 minutes, that flight from Heathrow should be touching down, and I'll be touching down somewhere around half an hour after. And there's currently a flight on the ground, Allo 602. I'm going to check that flight that was scheduled at Amsterdam. Is it on the ground right now, or is it just like it's pre-filed? So it's not even left Amsterdam yet, or even loaded into the sim. It's just pre-filed. So it looks like we're going to have the airport roughly to ourselves when we land. The BA might still be on the ground. Maybe it'll be departing somewhere else, but these views you get outside though, they're lovely. I really think the Nordic skin, which is Fly UK's Nordic franchise, I think it just looks beautiful. They recently started flying the Dash 727 and it's so lovely, the 700. I think it's like a 737 that got squashed. It's really cute. It's nice. It's quite small. I've also got the Dash 600. 800, but I've got the 600, the 700, the 800 and the 900. The 600 and the 700 are about £20 extra. A little expansion pack I did buy about 2 months ago now. Haven't had the chance to fly it much because of problems I've had with my flight sim. If you remember back in January, December, I started having the problems with the flight sim crashing every time I right clicked. Obviously, as you know, I have now discovered a way around that, and we haven't had problems with crashing ever since. And this is some of the first time I got back on VATSIM since then, really, because I remember the last proper VATSIM flight we did was the flight to Roving Emmy. Was it the 14th of December? 16th of, I don't know, I can't remember. It was mid-December. And that was the last thing we managed to do. And then ever since then, obviously we tried the Mango flight offline. Was it? I don't think it was last week. 2 weeks ago, I don't know. About then, we tried the Mango flight, and again the plane bugged out on us. And I contacted PMDG support, and they sort of told me what was going on, and we were okay after that. There's lots of lot planes taking off. Lots of them. Whoa, there's a big one coming in now. What's that? 777? Yeah, 777 landing in Warsaw right now. Emirates, and again, that's coming in on runway 33. So it currently looks like all of them taking off again from 29, landing on 33. So that's why people recommend to check flight radar. Make sure we're coming in the right place. I don't want to be that one person who gets the wrong runway, like, because it's a pain. It's like, yeah, it's basically like telling someone I'm a noob. I have no clue what's going on. Like, not great, is it? Really not great. 170 miles yet until we have to descend. Which actually, I don't know why I was bothered checking it, because it says it right there. So 170 miles to go to descend, 335 miles to go until we land. We are using up a bit of reserve fuel. Obviously we started off with, in my opinion, not quite enough fuel as it was. And then on top of that, there was a little mishap of me having the gear down, which caused us to use excess fuel. Honestly, I've done many stupid things, but yeah, in Flight Sim that was one of them. I can never understand why this doesn't work. I went on, you know, the last couple of weeks I went over to New York. Didn't tell you guys that, but I got to sit in the Dreamliner cockpit while I was there, and they had one of these things that popped down, and it worked. And there's no control. It's like a reflector thing. It reflects what's down here up ahead, like. And it, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work in my Flight Sim. I'm going to have to look it up maybe, because I've seen other people have it work. Maybe it's a limitation in FSX I'm having, but it doesn't work. Whatever it is, I'm not sure what it is that causes it to not work, but there's obviously something. So, a little bit annoying. It doesn't take to the next waypoint until like the last minute, does it there? Right, next one, is it Ogres or Ogres? I'm not totally sure. But we can call it either. And, okay, so it looks like the AZ8, I think that's Alitalia, has just touched down from Venetia. And Speedbird 846 is descending into Warsaw. So it looks like both of them, as I said before, are going to be here well before I am. So whether they'll still be there when I land, they'll still be on the ground, who knows. We'd have to wait and see on that one, but seems okay. So how far is it to go? 315 miles. So about 50 minutes to go. And yeah, everything's looking nice. Where are we over now? We're approaching Poland, actually. Let's do a quick announcement. Hello guys, and welcome on board Nordic Airlines. We are now approaching Poland, just over the sea. The land you see in front of you is Poland. We passed over Denmark and where did it take off from? I'm trying to remember geography. I don't know, I'm tempted to say yeah, it's Norway. Norway. Actually, I should have guessed that. It's called Nordic. Obviously, it's Norway. Yeah, so hopefully you're enjoying our flight with Nordic Airlines. See you on the ground. Right, okay, that was an announcement. I should have done one when we were taking off, but obviously I was having to talk to the ATC, who was a bit confused that I didn't contact him before for clearance. Obviously I didn't know that he was online, which was a bit oh dear. So it looks like we've got some planes about, or saw there again, or you stick it. They're all sticking with the runway assignments I thought would be sticking with, so that's good. I wish the sound from the flight sim didn't like turn off when I went into another window. It's quite annoying for you guys because you can tell that I'm searching around for charts and then the audio for you guys just goes. Which I can see being quite annoying. So got any problems back here? Doesn't look like it. We look good there. And cloud up there. Also, again, that glitch I had with the plane suddenly pitching up on Wednesday night, did a little bit of research into it. It could have been something to do with the elevator train, because I watched back the video and the thing that said fly-by-wire was not flashing when we took off the first time, so me thinking it was that, not true. Obviously it wasn't to do with the yoke or anything like that, because we reloaded and it was fine. So everyone's suggesting it's probably a trim issue. Of some sorts, and you press the number 7 and 1, apparently controls trim. In fact, I just freaked out the autopilot by doing that, so that probably explained that. And so I don't know how to type the trims correct. Exactly, it's a default aircraft, so there isn't really a display for that sort of thing, but hopefully it doesn't happen again. But I think that's what happened. Something to do with the trim. Quite an odd one, as I said. I mean, reloaded the plane, it's fine. So if it happens again, we know what to do. It was just a bit of a pain. And that plane that landed at Warsaw is already disconnected from VATSIM, so that's interesting. That was quick. And there is a plane on the ground, lot flight 602. We don't know where it's going yet. It's just sitting there on the ground. And this is Poland. This part of it's snowy and then it gets a little bit, well, less snowy. To make it obvious. I don't know, according to that we should be landing in half hour. Obviously that's based on our current speed, which will drop quite a bit. So it's not accurate. check the meta actually again. The latest meta is 9:30 and it's still winds suiting runway 33. Which, as I said, is a little bit like irritating for me almost, because I have to sort of go around the airport, which adds quite a few miles onto my journey. But I have to live with it, so oh well. Also, I think now is time to start setting up the cabin, not the cabin, this, for the arrival. So 110.3 on there, and our course needs to be set to 327. We'll keep this in standby because obviously we're not going to activate it yet. Landing speed is at the moment just 121 knots. If it starts to drop more, I might consider using a flaps 30 landing instead. But for now, it seems quite good, doesn't it? I mean, how long's the runway at Warsaw? It's quite a large runway, isn't it? These are the stands as well. So I'm probably going to get a jet bridge stand. So that's anything between 1 and 23 we're going to get. I think I'm going to get maybe stand 16, 17, something like that. Will probably be a good idea. Right, so I'll zoom in. The runway, is it telling me how wide it is or not? There you go. 3690. I'm not sure whether that's feet or meters. I think it's meters, because the rest of the thing is using meters. So we touch down, vacate maybe on Oscar maybe, or Sierra, and then taxi in. That's the plan, I think. Now, flight radar, we've got, looks like the runways again are not changing, so we're okay with that, because there's a plane just about to land now that's good. So yeah, again, I wish I could find a way of the sound not muting. It'd be nice. Although that simple thing doesn't appear to happen in FSX for whatever reason. I don't really know why. It's probably because it's windowed, but again, if it's full screen, my other monitor goes black, so I can't use the other monitor. So I have to have it in windowed mode. Obviously, that's why we have the overlays to get rid of the black bits, because you can see if I remove the overlay, you can see there's two black lines either side of the window that my display capture doesn't pick up properly. So it's kind of nice that we can have the overlays in there anyway. I think it does add quite a bit to the stream. It makes it look a little bit more professional. So that's kind of nice. Obviously it's blue, which is a bit odd considering the channel theme is red. It's sort of red and blue, this channel. The problem is I love the colour blue and I think it matches with almost everything, but this being called Mad Chili, it's sort of red and my channel banner's red and it's a bit like, what do I do? So that's the backstory behind that one. In my opinion though, he doesn't like the colour blue, so we'll just keep it. That's my opinion on the whole thing, but whatever. Like, that BA flight's at 9,000 feet now, so it's fairly close to landing. Obviously I'm still up here at 39,000 feet, currently just 66 miles from descent. and we are going to have to descend a bit earlier than I would have liked. It looks like about 165 miles out, which is slightly too far out for my liking, but because of restrictions in how we land in the airport, and also the fact we are quite high up actually, 39,000 feet is pretty high up. It's all those things combined, meaning that we have to just sort of stick with it. I think we're supposed to use Unicom, but no one appears to be using it. No one's actually put any text in Unicom for ages. So I do wonder. Under 28 miles to our next waypoint now. We've still got 5 pages of the route left, which is actually kind of crazy. Well, never mind, 4 pages, because the 5th page doesn't actually exist. But there's obviously a lot of waypoints on this star. If I can show you guys, let's have a look. Move away. Move VPilot a minute. So, if I can have a look at the chart here. So we come in at Sorix, and then there's a couple of waypoints. I've already checked the restrictions to make sure they're right, and then there's a ton of waypoints that all follow each other. 220 knots actually at Tinbu. Yes. Adini. And Nutso. Yeah. And then we turn. So basically we have to go completely past the airport, and then we turn, and it's WA 537, 536, 534, 533, and then we hit one called Erleg, and then it's then it's run to the ILS. So basically that's how the approach is working. There's a holding point at Tinbu should we need it, but we should be fine. There's not much traffic and there's no ATC. So, and then we land, and that's it. So it's quite a long approach in terms of we have to go right past the airport and then loop back in. In terms of the ground, get that back up, the aerial charts. We already know what's going on there. Flight radar, they're still using the same runways by the looks of it, I think. Yeah, they are, so fine in terms of that. So I can just sort of minimise that now. And yeah, you can get the audio back, because this is what I'm saying about it being irritating, is it does practically mute the game. For me and for you guys, you can still hear a little bit. You can hear like a, actually it does go completely blank. I don't get why it does that. It's quite annoying, because it means you guys can just hear me talking and you can't hear the game, even though you can see the game, like I'm looking at something else, but you guys can still see the same thing, which is why it's a bit annoying. Right, there's now 2 planes on the ground at Warsaw. We've got a lot flight that still hasn't got a flight plan, and lot for Papa Kilo going to Dortmund. It's an A321. So not too busy currently on the grounds at Warsaw, but it could get busier. The BA is now at 5,500 feet. So looks like we're quite at that point now. I'm going to put a message in the Unicom chat definitely to say I'm using runway 33 to make sure no one says, oh no, it's not the active runway. The thing is, if someone says that, I can point out the whole thing of I checked flight radar. It's 29 for takeoffs and 33 for landing. I am going to, obviously there are planes on the ground departing, I'm going to have to put in Unicom when I'm landing, because this is another important thing, both of the runways cross. Runways 29 and 33 cross each other, in the middle, so we can't have departing and taking off at the same time. We're an hour and 21 into the flight, 36 minutes left, so about an hour and 55 the flight's going to be now. How long was it scheduled to take, and what time do we actually leave? So, if we're around 20 minutes in, so we left about 20 minutes early-ish, and it's meant to take, and was scheduled to take 2 hours. So it looks like we're going to land about again 20 minutes early, because the scheduled flight time and the actual flight time are going to be quite close. Right, we are now just 18 miles from descent, so I'm going to plug this down to, what's the first proper restriction? Not all below, like just the proper one. It's 3,000 or above. Okay, we can just set that straight down to 3,000 then. And we'll set the heading bug in place and check the landing speeds again. It hasn't gone down. 110.3 is set as the standby frequency on the nav, and 327 is set as our course. So we are all prepared for the landing. Actually, let's turn on the auto brakes now, because why not? Auto brakes too. And we also need to set up, that's one thing I did forget, the minimums. So the altitude being 400, the landing altitude being about 410. So I want to set it to about 610. If I've been exact, let's say 612. And everything else is set. So that's nothing we need to do now until landing. Now all I can do is turn down the range on there and let ourselves descend. As we are just 6 miles from our descent point, we are descending a little bit early, I know. Alright, so Epworth traffic, descending via, what's it called, the Sovax, is it Sovax? Sorix 3 uniform, I want to say. I want to say 3 uniform, but I don't know. 4 uniform. Okay. Using ILS 33. So, again, that's correct, isn't it? Runway 33. Yeah. Right, this thing's actually started descending rapidly now, for no apparent reason. Hopefully it's gonna, like, slow its descent a bit. I mean, minus 2,800 feet per minute seems a bit rapid to me. I know we've got the restriction to make, but like, it is descending a bit early. I mean, its flight level is 21,000 feet by Sorix. So, and the BA is now at 4,000 feet. So the BA is very close to touching down. And having a look at flight radar, they are still using the same taking off. Actually, it's a plane taking off. That's probably because it's a big plane. Actually, it's a 787. That's why it'll be using that runway to take off. Because the other one is a smaller runway. It's only 2,800 feet. No, 2,800 meters rather than 3690 meters, which is why. So for now, let's just follow the star. This thing is actually descending quite rapidly. We've already descended 5,000 feet. So I don't know what its plans are. It looks like it is slowing down its descent rate slightly now, because our original descent rate was 2800 FPM. It's now just 2300 FPM. So it looks like this thing's calmed itself down a bit. We are going to end up slightly too low, I think. The descent rate is going to get very slow after Sorex. Actually, no, maybe after WA508 it's going to slow down, because we have to be below 13,000 there. I need to do 280 knots at Sorex, apparently. Which is actually a speed increase on what we're doing right now, so... okay. And there's still 2 planes on the ground, and that BA is now at 2,500 feet, so it's pretty good for landing. So we're 2 hours into the stream, so it looks like we are definitely going to make the 2.5 hour barrier on the stream. Hopefully we can have a good landing. Obviously, I will see the landing rate on Project Fly. I will tell you guys the landing rate. Apparently it's a little bit off at the moment. It's always a bit inconsistent, isn't it? So we'll wait and see how good it is. Sadly, there's no because I saw on people's streams, like on X-Plane, there's this landing rate mod that displays a screen telling you how good your landing was, how good your flare was, and all that, but they don't have one for FSX, sadly. It's only available for X-Plane, so oh wow. With that, that's what I've got to say to that. Oh wow. This thing has slowed down to a more normal descent rate now, but I think it probably could have descended a bit later, because we're still 135 miles away. You've got to remember that. Still quite far away. Normally at this point, if I was cruising at, I think an average, say you were at 100 nautical miles from your destination, you want to start descending, if you were at about 31,000 feet, 32,000 feet, somewhere around there is where you should be at 100 miles to your destination, roughly, in a plane like this. And we're already lower than that, and we're 130 miles away, so we aren't too high for the distance that's left. So obviously that means that restrictions are playing a part in it, because in the next 20 miles we have to be below 21,000 feet. That's the rules. At Dinley we have to be down to 250 miles. No, not miles. 250 knots. And then at Tinbu it's 220 knots. It's a very controlled arrival there. You have to be here then, you have to be there then, and it's so exact. And there you go. So LOTS flight 602 has now got a destination. It's going to Gdansk, and it's a -8. It's been online for 32 minutes, so I'd expect it to be leaving quite soon. So we've got 2 on the ground that we know where they're going. We've got a -8 and a... was it an A321? Yes. The Speedbird 846 has practically landed. Last update it was at 700 feet, which is 300 feet off the ground at Warsaw. So, and the flight from Amsterdam, its pre-filing has been removed, but there's another flight from Frankfurt that's on the ground and hasn't departed yet. Okay. Interesting. And we're almost at 21,000. Are we going to make that restriction though? That's what I'm looking at. first decel point for the waypoints coming up in about 40 miles. So yeah, it's saying drag required, which is kind of silly really, because we're meant to be at 280 knots. So we're actually going the right speed. So I wouldn't say drag's required. And it looks like this thing's planned it perfectly to be just under 21,000. It's normally pretty good at descent planning this plane. It's definitely better than the Airbus. It's a bit more sensible than the Airbus in terms of like, I think this one definitely takes longer to descend than the Airbus does. Because it plans it out a lot more, everything's a bit more exact. It's kind of odd saying that about a Boeing when comparing it to an Airbus, but it could be because it's an Aerosoft Airbus and this is the PMDG, and obviously this PMDG is a lot more accurate than the A320. It costs a lot more, which is what you've got to sort of look at. The reason the Aerosoft Airbus, it's almost like a beginner's Airbus, but it can be flown quite advanced. If you pay a bit more money, you can get a professional version, and that is probably more comparable to the PMDG. Oh, I think it still looks good though. It's still a lovely aircraft, the Aerosoft Airbus. I love that it comes with the automated checklist feature. If you are a bit more of a beginner at the game and you just want to enjoy flying a plane around, it helps to do that. Oh, we made 21,000. You can see now we've made 21,000. The descent rate has dropped right off, which obviously was expected. .120 knots is now the landing speed. It's quite low, and BA has now landed. So there's 3 planes on the ground currently at Warsaw. I'm actually quite close to the airport now, despite the fact that I'm 100 miles away from actually being able to land. I'm getting pretty close to the airport because of the fact that I have to basically skirt around the whole airport before I'm able to land, basically. So, right, we're approaching like the ILS line in about just over 20 miles. That's like the line of the ILS. It extends the whole way. So one last check of flight radar before we land, and then I can cross it off because... And there's a plane there that is taking off on runway 29, and a plane that's on final, pretty much, from Catania, and is on final for runway 33. So it's looking like they're still using those runways. Now I'm at this point of the flight where I'm descending and I'm quite close to the destination, changing how... I mean, if I was to change our approach now, it would be a bit of a problem. Right, I'm expecting to see the runway somewhere around there quite soon. I've now set this to like a 20-mile range. Right, I know my headphones are feeling a bit weird, they're like slipping on my head, so I'm trying to sort them out. There. .86 miles out now. I believe somewhere around here, this is the city of Warsaw. Do you pronounce it Warsaw? I'm hoping you do. In Polish it's like Warszawa. Because do they pronounce the W as a V? Or is it Warsawa? Warsawa. I don't know. This is the best way to solve it. Is Google Translate.
Warsaw.
So it's Warsaw in English. In Polish, they'd pronounce it
Warsaw.
Oh, okay. In Polish, it's
Warszawa.
Warszawa. That's what it is in Polish, and in English, it's Warsaw. So that's that sorted out. You can call it either one, man. I guess. Krakow is full of planes. There's 4 planes at Krakow right now. Currently on the ground there is still 3 planes. In Warsaw where we're landing at Warsaw Okeci? I don't know. Instead of, because there's 2 airports, there's Chopin, and there's Okeci, Okeci. I don't know. Again, who knows? Something like that. And we are now below flight level 130. We've slowed down successfully to 250 knots. And we're slowing again to 220 knots at Tindu. This thing's now really slowed down on the descent. I'm expecting to see the field fairly soon, even though we're still 73 miles out, and we're very low down for 73 miles out, thanks to all the restrictions. There isn't another altitude restriction now until the ILS, which is 3,000 or above. So now we're going to be basically crawling like a snail at this point. I'm going to turn on the seatbelt signs now. And BA has disconnected from Warsaw, so we've got 2 now on the ground. That's our airport down there. I always like to have a little look at the airport we're flying into before to make sure it hasn't got any issues. So we've still got, both runways still exist in the FSX version. That's good. So we're landing down on this runway, and then that looks like Sierra, I think. Or Oscar. I think that's Oscar, that's Sierra there, and then that's proper Sierra. There's like the little tiny little fork, you see the tiny little extra, that is for whatever reason called Sierra, but the taxiway is called Oscar. So that's where I'm planning to vacate the runway, I think. And I will say when I'm on approach, because of the 2 planes that are on the ground there. The plane's trimming itself now while we slow down to a very, very slow 220 knots. But next speed restriction is again 220 knots. So for now we're good. We can just sort of sit back and relax a little bit. While this plane does its thing. However, we are still 60 miles from landing, despite the fact that the airport is just there. So we're now turning right, and we're going to head alongside the airport now. anything below 10,000 pretty much now. When I can switch on the landing lights, and I'll actually this tune the ILS now 10.3. Love you guys. I set this middle one. I think it's just automatic, is it, the ILS? Yeah, well, it's not picking it up quite. Oh, it is picking it up. 110.3. Yeah. Also, so we've still got 2 planes on the ground. I can see one of them parked up. Don't see the other one anywhere. Whether they'll still be parked up by the time I come round to land. I don't really know why this is sort of like approach path is so large. It just is. Like, why we have to go so far away from the airport, like pretty much 25 miles from the airport, and then bank, I don't know why. But obviously that's not decided by me, it's decided by the airport. I'm going to get the charts up actually now, so... So it's... yeah, we're just heading way away from the airport, basically. I can get the aerodrome chart up now. And I'll also get VATSPY on top of this. So I won't be able to see OBS now. Actually I can just do that. I've just got the charts ready. That's what we're doing, I've got the charts ready. So, that's below 9,000, it's a very slow descent now, this last bit. Nice view out here though. Decel point in terms of like flaps is literally just before the ILS, because we are turning in a couple of miles. So I'm going to turn that down to 10 nautical mile range now. And this whole time we're just going to crawl down in to Warsaw. And there's now, oh, that BA flight that landed from Heathrow is actually going back out to Heathrow. That's interesting. Okay. 2 flights in a row, that's crazy. I wonder why it's doing that. Like, they've just landed and it's going back out already. Like, that's a bit sort of like, I wouldn't do that in a flight. It's a long flight, Heathrow to Warsaw. And then they're willing to go back again, like, straight away. Don't have the time for that. I mean, if I wanted to, I probably would hop in, you know, back on this plane to Bergen, but there's no time for that. Passing through the clouds now. So I'll say again when we're on final. I'll get the message ready on VPilot now. Someone's voice, like, chat just sort of like went flashed up and then back, like we're on Unicorn. But okay. Passing below 7,000 now. How's the plane doing? What's our landing checklist? So engine start switches to continue, recall check, speed brake armed, landing gear, auto brake flaps, landing lights. Okay. Right, this is the start of our bank right to head back to Warsaw now. 6,000 feet we're passing. This thing's descent rate has slightly increased there for a bit. Gone back to the ground pressure, actually it's set to it's 1013. Oh, there's another plane on the ground. It's lot flight 837. There's 4 flights on the ground now. That's nuts. They're still not facing quite the right way. But this is the turn to get us facing the right way. But even then, we're still 26 miles out from the airport. So plane's getting ready, isn't it, to land? The decel point's not for another 10 miles yet, so we're not quite within range of the ILS. The ILS doesn't start for another 10 miles-ish. I believe it starts at Erlag. Yeah. So there's the airport in the distance, I think. We have got a little bit far away from the airport here. Sadly, because of this sort of approach path that we have here. Actually, that extra lot flight, oh, it was a different lot flight, just disconnected. It wasn't the Dash 8, was it? No, it was the Dash 8, I think. That just sort of pinged out, or I don't know. It disappeared. Oh, I remember I think it's the same lot that's on the ground now. The one, the Dash 8 that was going to Gdansk, I think it's the same one, but like it was maybe duplicated or something. There's our runway though. So I can start getting ready. I'm going to set flaps. People are using the voice, like, thing that you can have on Unicorn, which just doesn't work. So this thing's now slowing down a bit. When we landing in. So I've just slowed this thing down a bit. We're 14 miles out now. So anyone that is close by needs to get out of the way at this point now. Hopefully they can switch this thing onto approach mode now. There. So it looks like this thing can follow the approach. It's just looking for the glide slope, but it's got the VOR localizer track. "11 miles to go." I see the runway. Maybe I did slow down slightly early. Who knows? But yeah, we've picked onto the glide slope. I do see some lights down there. There's a couple of planes. Nothing totally massive though. Perhaps turn anything further than this will require the gear to be down, so. We're slightly off course of the runway, because it sort of looks like we are a bit. Gears coming out. Right, full flaps now, ready for landing. Put the plane wing jolting about a little bit there. Hope we can have a decent landing. Be nice. According to this, we are slightly to the right. I'm not sure if I trust that localizer totally though. Because to me it looks like, I don't know, maybe the localizer's right. I haven't got much fuel left. It's gone orange in the bottom corner if you have a look. Oh dear. I mean, I'm slightly too high now. We're now in line to land.
300. Minimums.
There's minimums, continue.
200.
And that says
40. 30.
landing, hopefully.
20. 10.
Pretty good landing there. I want to welcome everyone to Warsaw. Stop the clock there, hour and 15 minutes on the flight time there. So that's pretty good. Right, let's get the charts up. Located fairly early. There's the route we took off, so we're going with one of the first stands, I think. Stand number 20, let's say. And then just head along here until we see our gate, I think. I personally wouldn't say gate 20's over there. But okay. That isn't gate 20 though, is it? I wanted one of these jetways, which is gate that gate that it's time to go to over there is not gate 20. What I'm taxi, I think there is actually a little built. That bit out there hasn't been built yet in the year this is from. So that's probably what it is. It's the gates I've got at Warsaw are different to the gates that FSX has. A little bit. Okay, for whatever reason it repositioned my plane. Didn't particularly want it to do that, but it did. Because of ChartFox now. I didn't really want it to reposition my plane like that, but oh well. It just said that wasn't very good parking, and it repositioned me. Okay, GSX. Say so. I do wonder sometimes. Right, let's get into the menu and ground connections. Want the parking brake to go off. And that's go on. So that can go off. taxi lights can come off, beacon lights can come off. Pats can come off because they make a noise. And they're irritating sometimes on the ground. We don't need them. Well, we probably could use them, but... And then find the TCAS. Right, let's request deboarding. Some of the other parts. Some of the other planes that are positioned. And I can't get hold of... Oh, that's better. Couldn't get hold of the my buttons then. Right, flight directors can come off.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
Fuel pumps and all that. Hello and welcome everyone to Warsaw. I hope you guys have had a wonderful stream watching us do some fun flying today. And I hope to see you in the next stream. Now, the next stream obviously is going to be the pre-recorded stream premiere going up approximately 2 PM on Tuesday. Look out for that. And next week, I haven't totally decided. Friday night, hopefully we can finish off. I think we'll be able to finish off the FSX VFR tour we're doing around the Alpine Valleys. Let's go ahead and turn off Skytrack now. 795 miles we flew. Nuts.
Bye, thank you for a
Cross
wonderful
off the
flight.
pilot and disconnect from VATSIM. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And just, you know, see what else can come off now.
Thank you.
All the various generators and everything that turn on throughout the flight. And the pitos. Where are they? I've lost them. Here they are. Pro Ps. May as well just turn everything off at this point. Because we can put the plane in a cold and dark state. That's the idea. Anyway. Although we won't bother going cold and dark, we'll leave it at this. We didn't have a lot of fuel when we landed, I would admit that. We could have done with a bit more. But, oh well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the flight. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye.